Today's tactic is Eddie Howe's 4-3-3. He has taken Newcastle into the promised land of the Champions League, which I think, like many people, I did not expect. When Eddie Howe was given the job, Saudis coming in with the big money. I didn't think he was going to be the man to take them to where they are today, but boy, has he proved us all wrong. And today we're going to be rebuilding his very, very good 4-3-3 tactics, and we've even got a live game as we head in to the last game of the season in this Newcastle simulation. We are 1 point behind Manchester United. They come to St James's Park, so we're going to see an in-action game of this 4-3-3 tactic for you guys, so you can see exactly how it works before we break the tactic down and show you a few other tests as well. But without further ado, let's get right into it. What's going on there, guys? Kempi here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video from myself and another tactic creation of a manager for the 23-24 season. And this one is Eddie Howe. Now, Eddie Howe has had some very high praise in the last few months as he has guided Newcastle right up into Champions League football in just one season of doing so, which is very, very, very impressive from himself. And today I want to show that off in a way of a live game. Now, we are here today, Newcastle versus Manchester United at St James's Park. You can see the tactic on the left, and I will go through it very in depth once we have finished this game. But I want to show you guys it in gameplay as well, because it's very good. It's very, very fun. And I have got the realistic signings in. So I've signed Sandro Tonali. We've got Nick Pope in goal, Trippier at right back, Gehi, Botman, Kieran Tierney at left back, Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, Joe Linton, Chiesa, Saint-Maximin and Isaac. Now, when I'd done this simulation 2 or 3 days ago, it looked like Newcastle were going to sign Chiesa. It now looks like it's Harvey Barnes. So there's not really much I can do about that. It's a little bit frustrating that we have got Chiesa rather than Harvey Barnes, but very, very good player, and we'll certainly take him. And Kieran Tierney has also been quite strongly linked to Newcastle, as well as Mark Gehi. So I think it'll be very interesting to see if we can do bits with these, this new team and these new players as they come in. Let's sort out this to be on the TV section and make sure it's key highlights, unlike last time we done this, because that was a very, very long game indeed. But if you guys can, make sure to like the video and subscribe as well. That helps out massively. Hopefully today I can show you guys a nice little trophy lift with Newcastle in Season 1 with these brand new signings. Manchester United have got Roberto Firmino up front, which is rather interesting. And as a United fan, as you can tell, I don't like that in the slightest. I'd rather Bobby Firmino was not in a Manchester United top, but you know, it is what it is. We've got De Gea trying to build up from the back as well. Hopefully I'm never going to have to see that again, and in fact I know I won't, as he is definitely gone now. But Vitinha and DM for United as well have let transfers be taken place as we are in the 23-24 season. Some great pressing there from Chiesa. Finds Bruno Guimaraes with not a great ball down the line, but some high press system, and Chiesa has got intercepted. He's 1-on-1 with David De Gea, and the shot stopper does make the save, but you can see straight away that high press system. Alex Isak coming out wide, helping out Chiesa in that press of Luke Shaw, and we've done absolute wonders there to get the ball back and get a good chance. And Mark Gehi from the corner nearly puts us 1-0 up, but not quite. We'll take it. We'll slow things down. A great XG chart straight away. When you can see in the bottom left, we are a very dominant side. We are doing absolute bits in this, which is great to see. An easy save there for Nick Pope from a Bruno Fernandes free kick is not the end of the world, and we're going to now look to build out. And Nick Pope is not allowed to kick the ball because he is awful with his feet. Mark Gehi gets away with that one. Some high press from Bobby Firmino, but Botman now finding Kieran Tierney down the left hand side. You can see Joe Linton in that half space, finding Isaac as he drops in, intercepted by Vitinha. A little bit frustrating, but you know, we have to move on. Firmino on the ball does find Rashford down the left hand side, who is going to get a shot away, and Nick Pope is going to bail us out. Kieran Trippier is a very attacking wing-back in this system. I've made the right side very, very good, as Kieran Trippier is very, very good and should be a key outlet for Newcastle. And I'm sure he will be going forward as well. Absolute legend. And I think he's even club captain now, isn't he? I think he might not be, but I think he is. Bruno Fernandes, corner ball for Manchester United, 20th minute. Can we get this one clear finally? Isaac wins the header. Back to Bruno we go. Ball into the box. Rashford's on the ball again, and we get it cleared. Finally, that highlight is over. A highlight of absolutely nothingness. No one wants to see United on the ball. 55% possession. Very happy with that. More shots than them. Very happy with that. A very long ball there into the box from Isaac. Cleared away by Shaw at the back post. Joe Linton out wide in that Mezzala role. Saint-Maximin cutting inside. Tonali. Oh, going from a shot from distance does end up hitting the crossbar. Joe Linton still up wide. Kieran Tierney overlapping the fullback. Finding Saint-Maximin. Anthony's gone to ground, but managed to get a corner, and you can see how the tactic is working straight away. Joe Linton is going to hang out wide while Saint-Maximin comes inside. Overlapping runs from Tierney. That is more on the left-hand side than the right-hand side, as obviously we have got Chiesa and a winger on attack on the right-hand side, and Trippier, sort of them two working together, and then Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes are sort of hopefully rotating in that DM and that centre mid-row. You can see from the graph here at the bottom left, average positions-wise, them two are very, very close together. Joe Linton is certainly a bit higher up and more out wide, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Again, Isaac is very much more inverted than Chiesa, and the back four, nice and solid, which is exactly what we wanted to set up in this base 4-3-3 formation. First half, 0-0. We want to win the trophy here today, lads, so we need to get a victory. I don't think it really matters what goes on elsewhere. We have to win, and hopefully we can win. We'll encourage the lads and see what they can do for us. Chiesa not having the greatest game. Maybe we're going to bring on a super sub to hopefully get us over the line. It's Rashford on the ball, back to Martinez, to Casemiro. Rafa Varane then out to Diego Dalot on this right-hand side. Anthony, can he beat Sven Botman? No, he can't. And Nick Pope is going to just kick this one clear. And like I said, he needs to do that as little as often because he's not great with his feet. Anthony goes for that classic Anthony left-footed shot from the edge of the box, but a good save from Nick Pope keeps it at 0-0, and I imagine this is going to fizzle into absolute nothingness. Gehi on the ball, to Tonali sitting nice and deep, which is good. Chiesa does drop in and does pick it up, and he's actually going to drive at defence. A great ball over the top to Saint-Maximin. Get it in the box, nice and quick into Isaac. And it's 1-0, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. So Maximan for new low-driven cross into Isaac in the box, gets his shot away, and does find the back of the net. But that great ball from Federico Chiesa, nice and quick on the counter-attack, a long ball over the top, and you can see a great run from Gucci. St. Max does end up beating his man, cutting it back. Isaac's first shot was actually blocked by Varane, but he gets it into the back of the net for 1-0, and very happy we've got a goal sort of showing exactly what I was looking to have happen. Rashford on the edge of the box. We do manage to get it clear with St. Maximin, and Isaac is big enough to hold it up, and we've seen him do this in real life. Turn his man and absolutely run. He's going to go all the way, Alex Isaac. A good save from David De Gea, but he pushed that right to the limit there, Alex Isaac. That was very, very good from him. De Gea finding Martinez at the back, finding Vitinha to Casemiro, and that was a nice counter-attack yet again. We have got it set to be a fairly, longer range passing. As you know, Newcastle do that. We like to sort of waste a bit of time and get the victory over the line. We can do it quick on counter-attacks. Why the hell not? We've got the pace in Chiesa, Isaac, and Saint-Maximin. A ball out wide. Trippier wins the header. Vitinha's going to bring it down. It's well blocked again. Nice bit of fight here from these Newcastle lads. Again, Eddie Howe, in one of the simulations, we went over to Atletico Madrid because Eddie Howe learned actually a lot of his defensive bits that he didn't get very well over at Bournemouth from the dark arts of Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid. If you don't know that, a little bit of knowledge from yourself. Maybe too much dark arts. Joe Linton's brought down Diego Dalot in the ball, and we have given away a penalty, which is extremely, extremely frustrating. Bruno Fernandes is going to step up, and he's going to put it in the back of the net. Let's be honest. But we'll get some subs going after this. Nick Pope actually proves me wrong and saves the penalty, and we are now still 1-0 up. Chiesa's going to come off for Anthony. We'll go for Miggy Almiron actually on that right hand side. We'll get Joe Willock on for Joe Linton as well, and we'll get on Big Dan Burn for Kieran Tierney. A bit of defensive stability and a nice 6'5" giant to hopefully help us see this game out. But yeah, I hope this sort of is a nice little thing for you guys, that you've enjoyed watching a bit of actual live gameplay as well. If you can, make sure to get down in the comments and let me know if you want to see a bit more of this. I can always save the last game of the season or a Champions League final for moments like this, so that we have a different style to what some other creators do. So might be something that you guys enjoy seeing, how the tactic actually works in game. Kieran Trippier with the corner finds Mark Gehi in the box, and it's 2-0, and it is going to come home to St James's Park, and next season Newcastle are going to lift their Premier League trophy, according to FM, with this tactic anyway. With a few new signings coming in, very, very impressive. Yeah, very happy with how his tactic has come out, actually. It took me a little bit of tweaking to get correct, but, Eddie Howe, we've done a tactic on him and Jason Tyndall's 4-3-3. We've made this one a little bit less counterproductive than that one, a bit more actually about, attacking and scoring goals, because Newcastle are certainly going to progress to that next season. With the signings they're making, it's looking to be very, very exciting. We're going to get a penalty here in the last minute as well, as Ericsson brings down Joey Willock, and it's going to be a 3-0 victory at St James's Park, and we're going to lift the Premier League trophy. How good is that? How exciting is that? And what a game to show you guys as well. 2 decent goals showing sort of exactly how we want to play, and then a third, a penalty, just the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. Alex Isak puts it into the bottom left-hand corner, and that is the striker's 27th goal of the season. He is playing as a complete forward on attack up front, and showing to do absolute bits there as well, which is great to see. 3-0, 92nd minute. Let's lift that trophy, shall we, lads? The Toonami. Oh, we've got one more highlight. Of course we have. Why wouldn't we have another highlight? It's Ericsson on the ball. And it's going to not find the back of the net. Go on, keep a clean sheet as well. That'd be fantastic. And we're actually going to get a counter-attack on to Alex Isak. What can he do? He's going to try and burst through the middle on his own. He's getting chased down by Lindelof and by, I think it's actually Lindelof and Maguire at the back now. Tonali goes for a ball. Bruno G finds Willock, finds Isak. So Maximan, Miggy Almiron make it 4. Very close. That was beautiful play. The complete forward doing absolute bits there, bringing in the wingers into the attack is exactly what we want to see. And the whistle is going to go any minute now, if we can hopefully hurry this up. United have bottled the Premier League title on the last day, and it has come to St James's Park, and Newcastle are Premier League champions with Eddie Howe's 4-3-3. What an absolute dream start to a video this is. We're going to lift that ever-looking Premier League trophy, which is spot on to what it looks like in real life. We're going to give the trophy to Kieran Trippier, and we have won the Premier League with Newcastle. But you guys are here for the actual tactic itself, and now I'm going to show you the tactic, some more results with this with Newcastle, and then I'll get into the Atletico Madrid simulation as well. So the celebrations have been cut down then, and we are crowned as champions in that Premier League season. 83 points, level on points with Liverpool in the end, but 6 goals ahead on goal difference is wonderful to see. Scoring the most goals on 82 goals, conceding the third least on 33. I'd say is quite impressive. And possession wise as well, managing to keep hold of 57% of the ball. We had the third least shots against, and we had the third most shots as well. So quite overachieving tactic, which is very good to see. Goals wise, 27 from Isak, 17 from Chiesa, 16 from Callum Wilson, 14 from St Maximan, 11 from Miguel Almiron, 10 from Mark Gahey, 12 assists from Willock, 14 from Trippier, 11 assists from Chiesa as well. 2 and 9 from Sandro Tonali on just under a 7 average rating. Is quite good in his first season at English football. We got to the semi-finals of the Champions League as well, knocked out by Real Madrid in a 3-0 win at the Bernabeu, ended up drawing 0-0 at St James's Park. But we are out of the Champions League, 4th rounded by Man City in the FA Cup. Is annoying. We faced the best team in England that early on. In the Carabao Cup, we managed to get 4th rounded by West Brom, but very consistent this tactic over the whole season. 2.16 goals per game, conceding just 1.39, so very happy with that. And the tactic itself then is a 4-3-3. It's a goalkeeper on defend in goal. We know Nick Pope cannot use his feet very well, so we've kept it to that. Kieran Trippier is a wing back on support on the right hand side with cross aim centre, stay wider and tackle harder. On the left hand side, the exact same with Kieran Tierney. Now 2 ball playing defenders, both with stay wider, with a DLP on defend in the middle of them both with tackle harder and mark tighter. Tonali is set as a box to box midfielder on dribble less and tackle harder. The goal sort of in game is to rotate these sort of every 15-20 minutes. You might have to do it manually, but I think that's what's going to happen in real life. They're going to flow in. These two are going to just consistently rotate between them, while Joe Linton or Joe Willock is going to be the more Metzala on support, getting out wide, supporting St Maximan on tackle harder. Inside forward on attack on the left hand side, cross aim centre, sit narrower and tackle harder. Again, we saw that in one of the highlights. Joe Linton getting out wide, St Maximan dropped in to the hole, and then Kieran Tierney burst up on the outside of him and got the cross in. And the right hand side is Chiesa, a winger on attack, cross aim centre and tackle harder. And then the complete forward on attack up front with pass it shorter and tackle harder. St Maximan doing absolute bits, but Isak with 31 games at 27 goals is beautiful to see. Mentality is set to positive, and then we've got it as a fairly wide attacking width, passing it into space, overlapping just on the right hand side, playing out of defence. Now obviously you did see Tierney get down the left hand side and overlap still, because we have got him on quite an attacking wing back system. Low crosses, work the ball into the box, play for set pieces, be more expressive, shorter passing directness but a high tempo, and sometimes time wasting because it's Newcastle, and it would be unrealistic if we didn't have that on. And also pass into space as well. In transition, the counter press and counter with roll it out. We're not asking Nick Pope to kick the ball. As a high press system, preventing the press much more often, preventing short goal distribution as well. A high press front line, get stuck in, and a standard defensive line. If you're getting too many bookings, you can take off, get stuck in, as you are going to get some with that. But like I said, we have got some more tests as well to show you guys. We've not just tested with Newcastle. I do concentrate on the actual club when we do these sims, as you know, I'm trying to make an Eddie Howe 23-24 tactic. So I do concentrate on Newcastle, but let me show you some other results as well, and then we'll finish off the video there. But if you guys can, make sure as well to like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow on these four wonderful things. We've got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You've got Threads now. I don't really post on there much, but if you want to follow over there as well. YouTube second account where I talk all things United. I've recently been on a few United podcasts with Side TV, and obviously I work for the Sloppy Joes as well. So hopefully more content coming out over there. And also a massive thank you to the Patreon members on screen. You guys are helping make my dreams become a reality, and you get this Newcastle rebuild file, which is going to come out tomorrow. I've had a slight change in schedule, which, you know, I'll go through, but yeah, that's going to come out tomorrow now. So it'll be Monday tactic, Tuesday rebuild, Wednesday tactic, Thursday rebuild, Friday is going to be the video on Sortitoutsi, which is going to be a random tactic not based off a manager. Saturday tactic, Sunday rebuild. So you guys are going to get 3 rebuilds a week, which will all be down in the Patreon. That's the download files. Obviously, you guys can watch them for free. Don't worry about that. But if you want to play with the rebuilds, they will be down on the Patreon. So make sure you're getting down there and getting in nice and early. Now, I've started off with Portsmouth. Obviously, a club Eddie Howe played for in his career. Predicted to come down in 9th position. We have won the league on 104 points. Done very, very well indeed. 91 goals scored by Peterborough. We actually scored 87, but conceded the fewest on 32. Most shots for, we were third. Fewer shots against, we were second. Possession-wise, we were sitting in second as well on 61% of the ball. But the main thing for this was the consistency over the whole entire season. We didn't have like a 90 goal difference. We didn't absolutely blast teams away, but we won the league on consistency, and you can see goals as well come from all different places, assists as well, which is very good to see. And we're working at a lower level as well. It's also quite nice to see. We've not sort of plugged it in to just top sides. Newcastle, obviously an underdog. Portsmouth an underdog, and a poor underdog in terms of player quality. And then Atletico Madrid, a team who are a very good side, an underdog in their league. They're predicted to come third behind Barca and Madrid, but 92 points, 8 draws, 28 wins and 2 losses. Top for the back end of the season is great to see. Champions League, we were quarter-final by Arsenal. Copa del Rey, we lost on penalties to Barcelona. And the Super Copa, we lost in extra time to Real Madrid. But again, consistently over the whole season, it's been a bit of a thing with all 3 of these sims. We didn't win any cups, but over the seasons, very consistent, which is great to see. Which is sort of what I like to make in these tactics. Not something that will win you one game 6-0, the next 4-0. A consistent tactic is what you want to see. 2.71 goals per game here, 0.66 conceded. And again, goals coming from all over the place is wonderful to see. 17 assists, 14 assists, 14 assists. Assists coming from the wing backs, goals coming from literally everywhere is absolutely stunning. And that is the Eddie Howe 4-3-3. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tactic. Make sure you're liking the video. The tactic link is available to download in the description, and I'll speak to you next time.